Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hope so you all are fine. Students, today we are going to discuss about the homeostasis in the human. Now the question here is that what is the homeostasis? As we know that the homeostasis is basically to maintain the internal body condition to the equilibrium whether the external environment is changing. The body needs some organs, some special organs which actually have to maintain the internal body environment or internal body condition perfectly equilibrium, which these organs are. One of the important organ is the lungs. The lungs, you know it very well that they help in the respiration and they used to remove out the excessive carbon dioxide that is present in the body and keeping the carbon dioxide level in balance. Then the next most important organ is the kidney. The kidney used to remove out the excessive waste material from the body and filter the blood. This waste material includes the excessive amount of the water, urea, uric acid, carotene, and many other metabolic waste. The last and most important organ is the skin. The skin is basically also helping to remove out the waste material in the form of the sweat or in the form of the oil. It also used to remove the metabolic waste like urea or the uric acid. As you know that the skin have basically two layers. This layer is known as the epidermis. This layer do not contain any kind of the blood vessel, any kind of the, you can say the base of the hair, any kind of gland, any kind of the nerve cell. Is it clear to you? This epidermis is basically giving us the protection. Its major role is to protect our body, to protect. As you know that you can see it more clearly, that if you are going to see it more clearly, then there are some pores, and these pores are basically from where the sweat used to produce. These are the pores from where the sweat used to produce as well as the oil used to produce. Well, if we are going to discuss about the second layer, then this is the dermis. This is the dermis, and it contains, you can see that it contains the blood vessels, it contains the nerve cells, it contains, you can see, yeah, here are the glands. You can say that these are the oil gland, and here are the sweat glands. So you can see that beta, the dermis is containing a lot of the things. It is containing the blood vessels as well as it is containing the nerve cells. It means that it have the sensation. It is also carrying the sensation. Moreover, beta, you can see that it is also containing the adipose tissue, and this adipose tissue is helping in the isolation. It is keeping our body temperature balanced by the help of these adipose tissues are helping to as an insulator. That's why in the winter we are not feeling that much cold, and so these are actually helping as a insulator. You know that these sweat glands are basically helping, they are also actually doing the evaporation. They are helping in the evaporation. So they used to, you know that evaporation effect in the cooling. So this evaporation of the sweat gland is actually maintaining our body temperature, as well as the removing of the sweat gland is also helping to remove out the waste material. Similarly, beta, you can see that oil is also there, oil glands are also there, and these oil glands are removing the metabolic waste out of the body like urea, uric acid, and many of the other things. Now the most important thing which we are going to study about the hairs, that is the goosebumps. You know that these are the hair muscles. Okay, these are the hair muscles that is present in the skin. These are basically the hair muscles. When we used to, have you ever seen that when you used to feel so cool, the goosebumps used to appear on your skin? How these goosebumps used to appear on your skin? Basically, the muscles that the hairs are actually attached, these muscles used to contract. When these muscles used to contract, the hairs used to erect themselves, and when they used to erect themselves, they used to leave the spaces so that air can collect in between these spaces of the hair, and it will act as a blanket. It will act as a blanket, and it will keep the body warm. You might have seen such kind of the skin when you used to feel a little cold. When you are feeling so cold, when you used to shiver, or after taking the shower, you used to observe this skin. This beta, basically the standing of the erect hair, is known as the goosebumps. These goosebumps used to form when the hair muscles, the muscles which are attaching to the hairs, used to contract. When these muscles used to contract, the hair used to stand erect. And when they used to stand erect, what happened? They are making the spaces. It's like when they used to erect, the air used to collect in between the hair spaces, and when the air used to collect, you can say that collect in between these air spaces, it is forming a blanket, and this air blanket is keeping our body warm. So it is also one of the major role which is played by the skin to keep the temperature well managed of the body. Hope so you understand. And if anything is not clear, you can ask me the question, and better do listen it again and again until you're not going to get your point. So let me to do the reading for you. If any point is not clear to you, you can ask me. We know that our skin consists of two layers, as I told you before. Epidermis is the outer protective layer without blood vessel, while dermis is the inner layer containing blood vessels, sensory nerve endings, sweat, and the oil gland, hairs, and the fat cell. This I have cleared you better in the diagram. Skin perform important role in the regulation of body temperature. The thick layer of the fat cell in the dermis insulate the body. Contraction of the small muscle attached to the hair form the goosebumps. It creates an insulating blanket of the warm air. Similarly, skin help in providing cooling effect when the sweat is produced by the sweat gland and excessive body heat escape through evaporation. Metabolic waste such as excessive water, salt, urea, and uric acid are also removed in the form of the sweat. Thank you. Jazakallah khair.